everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I had done a video before this one about 5 minutes ago, and through the whole video I was like this because I'm in my wheelchair and I have my arm on the arm of the wheelchair, and sometimes I slouch, and I had this horrible habit. I don't know why. It could be because of my neck injury from the car accident I was in. I tilt my head back. I don't know why. I don't look at myself in the, I don't know if you call it viewfinder on the phone, I don't know. But I don't like looking at myself. And I suddenly did after 7 minutes on the video that I was slouching and I looked horrible. So I am trying to practice good posture because of the way my body's destroying itself. And with my head tilted back, it looks odd to me. So I'm trying to align myself and excuse my attire. The shirt I have on, I sleep in, and I'm just slumbering today. This is my sweater because my ex keeps his house very, very cold. I know last night I was freezing, and I wonder from time to time when I'm freezing like that, I wonder if I'm running fever, and I never really check unless I know for sure I'm running fever. I had switched from Monster to Red Bull. I'm hearing bad things about Monster, but Red Bull's not better, so I don't know. I want to discuss today about when I'm going to transfer? I don't know if that's the right word. When I'm going to start living in my Durango again. I plan on around July 4th, give or take a day or so, because I have to buy a trolling motor. I did it again. I did it in the last video. Not a trolling motor, a trolling battery. And I don't know if I could do it this pay period. I had to pay on the Durango early. Well, it wasn't early, it was actually late. But I had to make 2 payments on the Durango this month because I had to get it tagged, so I had to skip a payment. So now I'm playing catch up, and which I can do. But the trolling battery I'm getting because I'm going to be using a fan in the back of the Durango. I used my Jackery for the fan, and I realized I'm seeing orbs. Speaking of that, you probably didn't notice, and I think one I didn't have to cut out, but I cut it out because I paused for a long time. But I had 2 to 3 orbs in the video, the last video I did in my Durango. And in one instance, one flew by. I thought it was a bug at first, but it turns out there was an orb, because when I slowed it down and looked at it, it was perfectly brown. And another one, it was above my head. I think I had to cut a part out before it or after it, but you could see it, and I can't tell you when. And then third one I totally cut out because of the pause. But my orbs are back in the videos. I don't know if they will show here, but we shall see. So back on the topic. When I use my fan in my Jackery, I put it on low, and it drains it a little fast. Not bad, but it will drain the Jackery by the end of the night. Well, not by the end of the night. Probably around, I try to be in bed around 7:30. I take my sleeping pills and everything, so hopefully by 8:30 I'm going to sleep. So I'll have that fan on the minute I shut the Durango off. And I'm pretty sure that using the fan, it might suck the battery dry around midnight. Maybe 1 in the morning. I'm not 100% sure because I hadn't ran it that long. I hadn't had to. So I need to have an extra battery. And I've seen a YouTuber talk about this trolling battery. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's cheaper than a Jackery. I paid almost $800 for my Jackery, and it's the 1,000 whatever. Anyway, so I need a backup, and I will be using the trolling battery because I think that would even last longer. And it's funny, I'm talking to you guys and I'm seeing messages go across my phone. That's what I plan on getting before I get back into the Durango. It's June now, and July and August are the hottest months, so I have to have a backup because there's no way I can sleep in my Durango with the windows up during the hottest time of the year. So that's my plan. Also, it will give me a little bit extra time to heal and to be able to maneuver around in the Durango. And this, I know I mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again just in case there's new people here. I have to be able to stay in the Durango to move to the back. And what I do is I put the driver's seat all the way back. I'm doing it again. I put the driver's seat all the way back, and then I pivot. And I have to put my right knee in the seat while I pivot. And that's the side I had surgery on, my right hip. And then I have to pull my left leg over the console and then crawl back on my knees, hands and knees. And I have to be able to do that. And I think I can by that time. Hopefully, anyway, I need to get back in my Durango. And I have to change my sleeping area to a closer Walmart to my ex. He said I can charge those every day if I have to, which I will. I can charge those here and then pick them up after work. It's okay. The Walmart here, in my opinion, is a little sketchy. It's one of the, I don't even know, I don't want to sound judgmental, but it's one of the best way I know how to explain it is a lower class Walmart. It's always dirty. There are homeless people always holding signs up around this Walmart, and they sleep there. I'm not saying they're bad people. Sometimes they are, but I'm not sure if I will feel comfortable there. There's 18-wheelers that park there, so I'm sure it's okay. And we will find out soon. Anyway, it'll be okay. And I plan on doing that with a trolling battery. Honestly, too, in the winter with those two, the Jackery and the battery, I could probably use 2 of my heating pads instead of 1. Because this past winter, I would sleep with 1 and it would take 30% of my Jackery. I stayed warm, but I think it'd be better with 2 heating pads. I need to do another video of my setup in the Durango. I need to, while it's warm, do a outside viewing inside video. When I did the last tour of my Durango, I just sat in the Durango and, panned around. And I think I crawled in the back. I'm pretty sure I did, and showed everything. I want to maybe change something, and I'm going to ask my ex what he thinks. I have 3 rows of seating, and the middle and back rows, I have the seats down, and that's what I sleep on. I want to ask him if he could take the middle seat out, which is, what do you call it, a captain chair, whatever, because there's a console in the middle, and then build me out of wood a platform to put my mattresses on. I have a foam cutout, I guess what you would call it. It's about that thick, and I use that in my Kia. And when I moved to the Durango, I use that and a cot mattress on top of that, and it's pretty comfortable. But I would like the wood platform to be up in there, because with it being up, I can sit on it and get dressed better, maybe, and I could put things under it, which would give me more room. So I'm going to ask him that today and see what he says. He doesn't do it, I have one more option of someone who can build that wooden platform for me that would be strong and sturdy. I've grown more comfortable of being in the Durango to the point where I kind of get excited when I talk about it, because I can't wait to get back in there. And while I'm using the trolling battery and the Jackery, I will keep you updated about how much juice it takes. I don't know what to say, amps, voltage, I don't know. There's a couple of more things that I want to do to the Durango. Is all my windows are tinted pretty dark, except the passenger and driver side front. They're not tinted at all. I want to get those tinted. And I want to get a, I don't know what you call it, those travel boxes that you see on top of some cars. They put extra things in there. I want to get one of those because I want to get a little propane handheld tank. I don't know what you would call it. It's a small one, and so I can cook with it. And I want to get a lounging chair that kind of reclines back. This summer, I plan on stargazing, and I'm so excited about that. And I have to say that when I was always afraid in the past to go out stargazing by myself, because you have to kind of drive out in the country and get away from the city lights to be able to see things good. And I thought, I don't want to go out by myself, because what if some asshole comes up and robs me or whatever? But I keep forgetting that I don't know if I'm supposed to say this word, but I have 2 of those. And I'll keep one with me all the time for security out there. That way I can stargaze by myself. I don't know if I even mentioned this to you, and I haven't used it yet. I purchased and I don't know what you call it. It's like a screen with magnets around the edges. And it's a sunroof screen thing, so bugs can't get in. And I haven't used it yet. I haven't even pulled it out of the bag yet. But you open the sunroof, the glass, so the air can get in, and you put that over the top, the magnets, they'll stick to your car, and that way bugs won't get in. And I can't wait to try that out. I keep hearing things. I just heard something. It sounded like they walked by. There's nobody here but me, by the way. Last night, I will say that being in bed, I kept hearing, I want to say, an enormous entity walking up and down the hall. And the hall is usually always busy. And at one point, I was going to get up. I think it was, and use the bathroom last night. And when I rolled over, there was a black entity in the doorway. And my first thought was the last black entity I saw that stood there, did not move, and was staring at me. Well, this one was different. But my first thought was to the last one, and I froze. And I'm not scared of these things that are not good. It's just, it startled me. And so I laid there watching it, and then the spider web, it's not really a spider web film starts coming in from the doorway. But I had to go use the bathroom, so I got up, and apparently maybe I walked through it, but when I came back and all, it wasn't there. Again, coincidentally, before I went to bed from the bathroom, I wasn't tired at all. But when I climbed back in bed and got, comfortable, I got real tired instantly, and I fell asleep. So guys, this is going to be a really, really short video. I am so sorry for that, but sometimes I just run out of things to talk about. So I'm going to end this here. I'm going to send all of you love, light, and peace. Bye.